Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Young Black. Let me fix this real quick. Uh, just watched the Xbox reveal. God, it's a little hot in here. Let me turn my fan on. Hopefully, you guys still can hear me. Okay. Just watched the Xbox reveal, which turned out to be what is it? Xbox One. Uh, what can I say? Uh, it's kind of what I expected it to be, to the point of what the system is gonna entail. I like the way the system looks. If that's any benefit. Like I like the way the council looks. Uh, what else can I say? They didn't really talk about too much more than a bunch of features and little aspects of the system, technical wise, which is a big deal. I mean, we didn't know nothing until a couple of hours ago, So I mean, it is a big deal that they revealed the system. They did everything but give us a price point and talk about exclusives. They showed a little bit more physically than Sony showed, but technically they didn't show as much. I mean, they showed what's under the hood of the system. They showed um, a bunch of the main features. They didn't show many games. I wanted to see more exclusives from them. They talked about 15 exclusives, 8 of them being new independent IPs, which sound really, really interesting. But if you look at the track record for Microsoft and independent IPs, it's not really too good. Okay, so I mean that could be a good thing, but that could be a horrible thing. Most of the games that are on Xbox that everybody knows and love are either third party, or you got Halo. I mean that's really it. Mass Effect was also a first party game for them for a while. Now it's on PS3 also. Um, what else? I mean I remember some crappy ones like Brute Force and a couple of other ones that were just not even worth mentioning that were fucking horrible games. Fucking uh, um wasn't that Human whatever? That also was a Microsoft Game Studio game if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. Something Human something where you play like a Greek or one of the Norse gods, but in a cybernetic universe and funny shit. Oh, Too Human. That's what it was called. I think that was also has something to do with Microsoft Game Studio, which was a horrible fucking game. So I mean, it's good that they're trying to do new stuff in-house Microsoft, but I'm not too confident about it showing a track record. They showed a lot of technical aspects. Of what the Xbox can do. That is also like a built-in cable set box, which I thought was cool. But it's like, do we really need to have TV upgraded right now? TV is good enough for me anyway. I mean, I don't watch that much TV as it is. I mean, I don't need to have my Xbox geared towards my television media, what I mean, interface or whatever. I just can turn on my cable box and have a remote control. I don't have to have. I mean, it's cool that the Xbox does that, but I just would have rather them put more focus on the gaming route. Doing something unique in gaming, which they still might do. There's still time till E3 for them to announce some stuff. Um, I was wrong about the controller. I was betting a bunch of people that I bet that they're gonna use the same controller as the last Xbox. They're just gonna have this with a new machine, is what I said. You know, one of these or whatever with a new machine. But I was wrong. They didn't take the cheap route. They made a brand new controller, and it has some new features built into the controller. Game developers can program sensitivity directly into the triggers, which is that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? That you can do that. They also showed how you could switch back and forth between your television, your internet, your video. They also have picture-in-picture kind of a thing running where you could be watching a movie and surfing the internet at the same time, and the screen will shrink, or you could be watching a movie and Skyping at the same time. Which are features, which is cool to give you that type of access. But I just hope that they come full frontal with the games, because if you think about it and remember, this is a video game machine. It's what it's supposed to be. I mean, they can call it the Xbox One, the Durango, whatever the hell they want to call it, but people like me, and hopefully you guys who watch my videos, we're buying it to play games. I mean, regardless of whether the Xbox has a feature to fucking watch TV a certain way or not, you know what I mean? We can always watch TV the way we've been watching it. TV doesn't need to be innovated to me, at least not yet anyway. TV's good where it is. I mean, Xbox didn't have to go that route and try to interrupt the TV thing. What TV's got going for it already, cable-wise, I guess. I mean, Some people love cable, some people hate cable. I don't really like cable too much, but I mean, that's the only way you're gonna get really good television to watch the stuff that actually is worth watching on TV. It's on cable, so it's just like cell phone plans. You're stuck to getting a certain type of cell phone with a certain plan for a while. You're stuck to watching cable the way it is right now, you know. So what are you gonna do? It's kind of cool that they're trying to, you know, start infringing a little bit on Comcast cable television type of industry. You know, to see them do something, you know, if I say you know again, I'm gonna smack myself. But to see them do something that kind of, you know, oh God, see, smack myself. I promise. You know, I get in a rut of words when I'm thinking. It's like my brain is processing because I don't make notes or nothing for you guys. I just go on here and freestyle it. You know what I mean? So words just start coming out when the gears start processing. So I watched it. I liked it. I mean, it was what I expected it to be. I just wish they would have took more of a gaming route. I wish they would have did something. I mean, Halo. I hope they don't do no more Halo games. Halo should be done. Well, I mean, they're gonna do two more. I heard of Halo 4 and 5. I wish they really wouldn't. I mean, even though Halo 4 is so good, I have it over here and I've been playing it. I haven't beaten the story mode yet because I'm lazy as shit, and I'm backlogging a bunch of other shit that I'm playing right now. So I haven't even beat Halo 4 yet. But it is an awesome freaking game, and 343 Studios did an amazing job with it. So I can understand, but I just feel like they're beating the dead horse here. We're making, you know, Halo 4, 5, 6. It's just like, come on, man. You guys got to get creative and make new independent IPs. You don't start using the stuff that you had out for so long already to the point it's like the only reason why you're dragging out this Halo thing, you done bought cheap Back from the Dead and everything, is because you don't have anything independent-wise to make in these studios. They need to do something. You know, I love Halo to death, but they're beating a dead dog now with a stick. It's just like they need to stop. You know, because I know there's going to be more of them. E3 will probably see a trailer for Halo 5. You know, so that's going to come around the bush. Microsoft acquired Rare so long ago, right? You know, where the hell's the new Killer Instinct? You know, put that focus and all you guys' money at Microsoft into something that we actually want. If I hear another person online rant about, well, Microsoft has Rare, they're not doing nothing with it. Where the hell's the new Killer Instinct? I have no idea, guys. I don't know. Should there be one by now? Hell yeah, it's way overdue. I mean, we have a fucking a really good fucking superhero fighting game now that actually is good. You know, so I mean, we're about due for a Killer Instinct to shake things up. You know, I mean, something like that anyway. You know, Microsoft's in a good position though to, you know, do what they do best. You know, manipulate the market according to some of the stuff they put out, like, you know, Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a big thing on their system, and that was one of the things that they were proud to say during that little reveal press conferences, that all the DLC and expansion packs and all that stuff for the new Call of Duty will be exclusive to the Xbox One first, which I sort of knew that was going to happen since the Call of Duty community is huge on Xbox, and to me, it's the shame of the console. You know, to me, Call of Duty is the shame of the Xbox, just for the simple fact that they got a third-party game on the system that represents the system, and it's nothing that's in-house, you know, that represents the system. People buy the system for Halo, they buy the system for Call of Duty, but Call of Duty is a way more popular game, to me anyway, than Halo is. You know, to me it is anyway. Not that I like Halo better than Call of Duty, but the attention that Call of Duty demands, and that the effort that Microsoft puts into, you know, marketing Call of Duty, and like, look at us, Call of Duty on our system, look at us, connected with Xbox Live, you can play online with millions of people that play this one game on our system, look at us. You know, that aspect of what they're doing, to me, is the shame of the system, because, you know, Sony has Snake, they have their benchmark key characters and titles and IPs that made them what they are. You know, Metal Gear might be on Xbox and PlayStation at the same time, but they're still not a complete Metal Gear series on the Xbox. You cannot play Metal Gear Solid 4 on the Xbox 360, so you can't complete the whole series on that system because the system was too weak. You understand what I mean? But everybody knows PlayStation for Metal Gear, Crash Bandicoot, what else you got out there? Metal Gear, Crash Bandicoot. I always think Metal Gear first because to me that is the mascot for PlayStation, for me anyway. Crash Bandicoot, Lara Croft should be one, but now she's even a system whore. She's on everything, which is horrible and pathetic to me. The new Tomb Raider game should have been only on PlayStation. but in a perfect world. Um, what else? There's some exclusive games to me that belong only on PlayStation. Street Fighter, but that would never happen in a perfect world again. To me, Street Fighter, just because the controller is so perfect for PlayStation and Street Fighter. Um, what else? There's a bunch of games I can't even think about right now. Oh, God of War. Like, come on, Kratos is like that. They have a bunch of games, Sony, that could be the face of the system. Microsoft has like a handful. They have like Call of Duty on the back of the box, which is not really their game. It's just popular on their system because of the online service. So they're just surviving, off of a game that just so happened to be that popular on their system. They hit jackpot with Call of Duty and Xbox Live when everybody started playing it, online-wise through Xbox Live. They hit the jackpot. If it wasn't for that, I don't think Microsoft would even still be around in the console market if it wasn't for Call of Duty and how good it sells for that system and how many people play on their online service for that game, which means people are going in the store and buying these systems just for Call of Duty. People are going to go this Christmas and buy the Xbox One and Ghost and Call of Duty Ghost, and that's it. Unless there's something else to buy, but I can see plenty of people buying that for their child this Christmas, just because there's a new Call of Duty and a new console, and they want to be playing it on the most powerful machine. So that's just going to create chaos that they're doing that all at once. I could have personally waited for Call of Duty to come out maybe next year sometime, to give us some breathing space and to give us something to look forward to playing, even though I don't play Call of Duty, but just to give maybe you guys something to look forward to playing. And they could have capitalized on having multiple releases, Call of Duty and then, or the system and then Call of Duty. Something like that. That would have been kind of cool, to capitalize. But they're going to do it all at the same time. They're going to release Call of Duty in the system. Call of Duty will be there day one. So that's going to be hell just to get the system and the game on day one. Maybe not for me because I'm going to get the system and something else on day one. I don't know what because they haven't shown anything yet. I got to admit, though, the new Call of Duty, story-wise, it looks pretty good. I do like the story that they're presenting and the way the game looks, the aesthetics of what they showed in the trailer. I thought it was pretty neat. I said that looks pretty good. Looks pretty different than the other Call of Duties. And it's not really a post-apocalyptic type of a story. I would push that. That's what I was gonna say. But it kind of has that feel like the American government has fallen, the military is scrambled, and you basically play a military force, which is a group of ragtag soldiers that are part of the United States government, but since the government has crumbled, they're all just like stockpiled. They're like mercenaries, and they're from different branches, like the Special Forces, the Marines, the Navy. They're all like mixed together and make their own squad, and they're called the Ghosts. That's basically what the characters in the game are about. So it looks good. I mean, I like the premise of that type of a story for Call of Duty. So you never know. Maybe I'll even play Call of Duty this time around. Because normally I skip them because it's basically the same thing, rinse, wash, and repeat. But this setting that they got the new one in is kind of interesting to me. I like to see where they're gonna take this, and it has new features like they said online in the new Call of Duty. You know how normally you play Call of Duty online and it's just like team versus team, capture the flag. The normal multiplayer first-person shooter affair, the same stuff. This is a little different because they showed like there's some type of interactive environments that actually function in assisting you to kill the other team now. Like if a team run past a certain part of the stage, you could like shoot a rocket launcher and blow up a car, and it'll like trigger an effect of like maybe a building wall falling or crumbling the first floor of the building, and anybody on that floor will die. That type of stuff. I thought that was kind of cool that they made sort of a interactive environment for the online. Just the fact that they're finally evolving the gameplay in Call of Duty online a little bit. Because I used to love Call of Duty online. I loved it too when it first came out. But once I seen it didn't change, and I'm basically buying the game for this okay story mode, then I'm playing this online mode over and over and over again. It got a little repetitious to me, and I just couldn't deal with it no more. And Call of Duty became a cash cow game, which I still think it is. But the new one's kind of piquing my interest slightly, a little bit, so I might check it out. You never know. We'll see what happens. Maybe my first game on the Xbox One will be Call of Duty. I don't know. We'll see. But I knew they were going to go that route, though, and milk it. EA. The EA also came out and said a bunch of crap about the new system, how they're going to support it, this, that, and the third. I'm like, they always do this shit. Whatever, EA. All you're going to do is release the games, not first for the system, but maybe release some exclusive DLC, whatever. We don't give a fuck about that as gamers. Most of us or real gamers that I know anyway, we buy the game, pop it in, they can give a fuck less about whether we have the sparkly soccer ball DLC on day one, or whatever the fuck you're offering on day one. Oh, um, some classic basketball players for NBA Live on day one, only on X. But we could give a fuck less about any of that shit. We just want to get the game and use the key mechanics to have fun with what you present us for $60. All that extra shit that you promise us and all this shit on day one is supposed to be icing on the cake, but that icing is kind of stale, So I don't really give a fuck about that. They got rid of what do they call those one-time passes because they knew that was a bunch of fucking malarkey bullshit. They knew that was nonsense in the first place. That was like a big F you to gamers. Oh, if you don't buy the game brand new, you don't get to play online unless you buy a brand new copy with this code you got. Like, come on, really? I mean, that was bullshit when I first heard about it. I mean, and I bought games that came with that, but it wasn't my fault that they came with that. I had no choice. That's just the way they presented the game to me. All the games came like that. But EA is saying that it wasn't very receptive to the public, so they're terminating that program. So that's a good thing for us anyway. It makes games more accessible. They didn't discuss for the Xbox One whether used games are going to work. I noticed that too. They skipped over that because I got a feeling that there's going to be something a conflict in that interest when they start really revealing whether there's going to be any backwards compatibility, which I doubt. You're going to have to break out your big bricky Xbox to play fucking Halo 4 or whatever. I don't know. I mean, that's just going to suck. I don't understand why these companies nowadays, back in the day you bought a system, you kind of expected backwards compatibility. Now you buy a system and you don't. So it's like you got like a whole cabinet full of new machines and old machines sitting right next to it. I think that's bullshit. They could have easily just dropped in some more processing power or whatever they have to do to make the old Xbox games, the 360 games, work on the One. They could have did that. It just makes sense. PlayStation also, they need to do that also. I mean, backwards compatibility is, to me, one of the big things on the system, and they just totally did away with it in this new generation of gaming. But it needs to make a comeback. It needs to come back. It really does, because it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's not like we're working with cartridges and they're going to CDs. We're going from CD to CD. Also on the Xbox One, they're also going to have a Blu-ray disc player. They didn't say whether the games are on Blu-ray discs, but they did say that there's a Blu-ray disc player in the system. It has a Blu-ray drive built into the Xbox One. But they didn't say whether the games are going to actually be on Blu-ray. So everybody hold their horse. Just because there's a Blu-ray drive doesn't mean the games are going to be on Blu-rays. It would make sense if they did, but who knows? They might still stick with this weird DVD format and just compact two of them in one or something crazy like Microsoft is known to do, and make some type of new enhanced version of their disc that they use on PlayStation. On Xbox. Who knows what the fuck they're going to do. So we'll wait and see. But it does play Blu-ray movies because there's a Blu-ray drive in it, though. So you might be able to play Blu-ray movies, but that don't mean you're going to have Blu-ray discs for your games, which would be really good if they did, but I don't know. I'm impressed with the controller. They finally changed the directional pad. No more of this, oh, you got this pad right here, and you can spin this stupid bullshit around and make it more sensitive for fighting games or whatever the fuck, all that nonsense. The controller looked really cool. I actually was impressed with the controller. It looks like the Xbox One controller, just a little flatter on the top with the buttons risen up a little bit. It does remind me of the original Xbox controller. It's just less round. Yeah, the original Xbox controller was like really round. Yeah, there's a new Kinect, so I think you can connect the Kinect 2.0, you can call it, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know. I'm kind of iffy about it. I mean, the fact that they're incorporating it into the system so much is a little scary because the Kinect is a hit or a miss depending on how much space you have in your house and things like that. So the fact that they're putting so much stuff built in about the system, like saying Xbox On and all the voice command stuff and all of that is neat. It's cool, but it's a little scary to think about because unless you live alone, whose house? Any of you guys' house that quiet? Unless you guys live alone, which probably a lot of you guys might. You might be bachelors that got jobs and pay your own rent, all that type of shit, and you live alone. But most of us aren't. We got sisters and brothers and aunts and uncles in the house. Is your house that quiet that you can just walk in and control a movie using your voice? I highly doubt it. You'll be fast forwarding and rewinding your life away with voice commands because it's going to do the wrong thing every 2 damn seconds. So we're yet to really know how innovative this voice technology will actually be unless you're home alone. Or it's just going to be like they're going to have the voice technology there, but we're gonna still be grabbing for that controller when there's people around that's talking because it's not gonna work correctly, you know. So which obliviates makes it oblivious that there's even voice commands in the first place, you know. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe the new Kinect actually has a good mic in it and it'll pick up voices pretty well and it'll noise cancel out everything else around it. But I highly doubt it. We'll see though. You know, what else is there for me to talk about with this new system? I don't know. I tried to remember everything. I didn't write anything down, and I just spontaneously said, "Hey, okay, it's been a little while. Let me make a video because probably not a lot of them up there for the Xbox One yet." But I was impressed. I gotta admit, I don't like Microsoft too much. I mean, I do own an Xbox, and I am playing it right now. Actually, I'm actually still playing through the Mass Effect games, which is one of the only reasons I own an Xbox is for Mass Effect, not Call of Duty, Mass Effect, Halo, um, you know, the games that were built for the system. Mass Effect, Halo, I love the Alan Wake, um, Skyrim. You know, how could I forget about Skyrim? You know, those are basically the games I have an Xbox for. Fallout, you know, that's it. Because those games are actually built for the system, to me anyway. Even though some of them are on other systems like PlayStation, PC, whatever. But they function to me best on Xbox, those games that I just named. But yeah, I gotta give props to Xbox. They did a good job. When the first Xbox came out, I was so happy. I was a big Xbox fan. I ran down the street with my Xbox like that Doritos commercial and said I have an Xbox 360 and I was running down the street all the way to my house, but the store was like a block away from my house. The store I slept outside from and had my girlfriend bringing me food while I'm sleeping outside. Food for me and my friends while we sleep outside and wait for Xboxes. This year's not going to be like that because I'm probably just going to pre-order one, you know, and just have my shit either delivered to me or pick it up at a GameStop, something like that. But we'll see. Real gamers stand up. Congratulations, everybody, on actually knowing what the hell this new Xbox is about. Congratulations to Microsoft for actually unveiling it and actually not totally sucking, which I'm actually impressed with and I'm kind of excited for. But they did go the route kind of that I knew they were going to go. So I'm excited for it, but I'm not really surprised about the features. I like the multi-use capability of what you can do with the system. But I just hope they stand up to their side of what they're going to deliver game-wise. You know, I don't want to see a bunch of wrist-washy repeat shit. I want to see some good IPs, Microsoft. You know, especially because Halo to me is not going to count because you're going to beat it with a stick. I want to see new shit that doesn't suck. That's going to be good. You know, maybe bring back KOTOR. You know, that'd be nice. E3, Knights of the Old Republic HD editions, something like that. You know, Sony has released I don't know how many HD updates to games. Half their freaking old school PS2 fucking catalog has like an HD update with 3 games on a disc. You know, Microsoft, use your old games too, man. That Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, bring those out HD. They're just downloadable. That'd be fucking awesome. You know, especially because this Star Wars is a big thing right now because of Disney. You know, so that's gonna be really really cool also. But real gamers stand up. Leave some comments. Leave some messages. Let me know what you thought about the conference, the reveal, and I'll see you guys later to check some of your responses.